page there, something that has been mentioned about Brexit is AEO. We have AEO, which allows us, when we're shipping to and from America, to show that we've taken the necessary steps to meet security plans that you guys in America obviously are very, very strong upon. So I know Pat will probably, we mentioned it earlier, we spoke about this regarding containers being stopped and examined and so on. This year in 2018, which I'll probably just jinx now, I don't think we've had one container stopped and examined. And we feel it's probably to do with your regulations regarding CTPAT in the States and within AEO in the UK. We've been very, very lucky. We've had some documentation exams, but we've not had a physical exam, especially not on a UK import. So I'll touch wood on that. And so we've been very, very lucky. But the AEO status, it was mentioned that if Brexit goes ahead and we have the situation where clearance is required, that most forwarders and possibly manufacturers and shippers would need to have AEO status. And what the brief side of that is that we checked with every single person we work with to check their security, their staff, and how they vet people and how they employ people, how they operate their warehouses and their manufacturing sites, to make sure the whole process of shipping is secure and that they're fully aware of the people that are involved in that process, and that people have been checked, rightly so, to know that those goods are not in any way coming into any chance of any danger through terrorism or any problems to do with theft or anything. It's a full check of the full process from start to finish. So if Brexit, if it goes the way where we get the best scenario for a digital requirement when it crosses the borders from the UK, we expect the AEO will be required, and hopefully with us having that at the moment, and most forwarders in fairness have got that, the process hopefully should be pretty simple.
Yeah, and that AEO program is, completely comparable to the CTPAT program here in the United States. The EU Commission does have in place a mutual recognition agreement, with that AEO program. So it's really just about the same as our CTPAT. But I do find it pretty amazing that you've had so few exams, and because I could probably, last week we probably had more than 1 or 2 containers pulled for a full DVAN here in the United States.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more. I hear about it more from you guys. I mean, we tend to get what tends to happen is we'll get a paperwork check. So we have to send all the original paperwork to HMRC, and they'll check through those things fully. And it's at that point where they can then do the physical exam. But we've been lucky enough to avoid it. Now, I do feel that we've been now involved in some really big numbers from the States to or from for the last 10 years, and I think we have a lot of repeat shipments, and I think it's somewhat, in my opinion, customs would never tell you this, but I think it's a knowledge of the business that we're importing and exporting from the UK. It's a regular repeat type business, and obviously with the AEO and with you guys with the CT, I think we've been pretty lucky. But as I said earlier, I probably jinxed it now, and our next 20 containers will probably be stopped for a full exam. Let's hope.
Nah, I don't think so. You hit it spot on, really. I mean, with the business that is regular, everything coming to the United States goes through the automated targeting system. And if there is anomalies within that targeting system, that's when you have an exam. But if it's regular stuff in and out, it's a high percentage of not being examined or being stopped whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I always recall when we started, when we've been doing the big steel shipments into LA, we've been doing them for over 10 years now. And I know when we first started, because of the industries that we were going into, there was a lot of aircraft industry and so on for the military. When we first started, every shipment was stopped and checked. And then after about a 6-month period, it started to slow down somewhat. And I think now it's pretty rare they do check it, so they know the business. And I think it's a knowledge of what we're shipping.